The Ryan Water Sports Drive is back on, and my featured guest this week is Kelowna's Kelly Scott. Curler, obviously. We're here at the Kelowna Curling Rink, and she won the BC Scotties not too long ago, and in a couple of weeks you represent BC once again at the Scotty Tournament of Hearts, and you won the BCs in a thrilling 6-5 win. Was it a thrilling 6-5 win, or more of a nail-biting 10, so my goodness, 6-5 win?
It was nail-biting. Our last rock was luckily not too tricky of a shot. We had to hit the paint for the win, so you can't ask for a better shot to play than that for winning a championship. But the playoff round, even the whole round robin, every game was down to the wire, so it was a really even, really well-played field, I thought.
So you win the BC Scotties, which gives you the representation of representing BC at the Scotty Tournament of Hearts, which is outstanding. This is not just your 5th time, but it's your 7th time, because we can't forget that you represented Canada a couple of times at the Scotty Tournament of Hearts. Does it ever get old?
No. This is what we women curlers like to call the big show, and it's why you spend hours down here at the rink on the weekends and practicing and training off ice. It's all for this opportunity, and it's it's been a blessing that we've been there as many times as we have, and no, it doesn't get old.
Was this one a little different this year because you had Gina? She was on the sidelines, maternity leave, but you've dealt with that before in a number of tournaments. But was this one a little different?
This one was really satisfying, and I think the reason for that is we brought on a new player, Daleen, and she uprooted from Victoria, came to Kelowna, 21-year-old, just kind of to pursue this dream of curling. And just the fact that we had a new team member this year, we had to put in a lot of ice working, a lot of time on the ice working through a lot of things, and things just clicked that week at provincials. So I think it was a real proud moment for all of us that, look, we know what we have to do and we've made it happen, and the fact that you can achieve a goal like that really is a good thing.
So how much more practicing is it then when you have a new teammate?
There's a lot. There's a lot of stuff you have to figure out with a teammate, and it's, just chemistry and flow and team dynamics and those things you can't really put your finger on. And then there's also the on-ice technique where you're trying to throw the rock the same as one another and getting good reads on one another's throws and kind of passing one good shot from one player to the next, and that was what we were able to do at provincials.
And the cool thing is, more it's like a historical thing, that you become the second Canadian woman ever to three-peat, so that's got to be exciting. And we talked about it before. The first woman was back in the 60s, something like that. So is that a nice honor, nice feather in your cap?
I guess it's something I don't personally look at before we step out to win a final game, but after the fact, anytime you can kind of put your name on a bit of BC curling or national curling, it's quite exciting. To me, it also means that we haven't been Team Canada for a while, so hopefully next year we can have another team winning BC, and we might get to go to the Scotties as Team Canada.
So what can you expect then from the Scotty Tournament of Hearts? I read some of the names from the other girls that are representing their provinces. A lot of familiar faces.
Yes, a lot of teams. We've played on the Cashspiel circuit last fall. A lot of really good teams. So it's, I think, going to be a high level of play. Playing in an arena is always an interesting thing. The ice conditions are slightly different, and I think you'll see some teams start slow and then get rolling with the conditions. And maybe the teams that have been there before are the teams that might pick it up just a little bit quicker. But there's also the no fear in the newcomers, so you got to be on your toes for every game.
We're here in 2012, just 2 short years away from the Olympics. When does that enter your mind at all? Does it?
The last 2 Olympic runs, the Italy Olympics and the Vancouver Olympics, we were consumed with it as far as, watching points, seeing where we stood in the running with all the other teams across Canada, and starting fresh this year with a brand new team. Sure, it's on our minds, but this was our goal, to win BC and get to the Scotties. So because we've won BC, we're kind of in the running, climbing up the ranks a bit, but I don't want it to consume us. I want us to just go and enjoy the Scotties and win every game that we can, and when this season shakes out, we'll see where we stand. It's really only the first season of a 2-year qualification process, so if we finish, kind of top 10 in Canada at the end of this year, we're looking good for getting a spot next year. So we'll have to assess that come April.
All right, Kelly, thanks for doing this. Good luck.
Thank you.
Kelly Scott, she'll represent not only Kelowna, but also the province of British Columbia at this year's Scotty Tournament of Hearts coming up in a couple of weeks. This is the Ryan Water Sports Drive. Thanks for watching.